Hello everybody, how are we doing? I do hope quite well. A little bit of a warning, by the way. This stream, I do not know how long I will be going for. Purely because I'm waiting on a little bit of a message to do a bit of recording this afternoon, which should be very fun. I've got a few recording bits to do this afternoon, come to think of it, but that's fine. But we'll find out, won't we? Is the music alright? How do, John? How's it going? Yeah, this is going to be a very chill one. It's going to be FM with the Middlesbrough stuff. We can talk it over. We've got a football match later on, which is a little bit spooky. I don't know how I'm feeling about that one, which is real good. I'm in the spot where, like, I think we'll win. I do. Like, honestly, legitimately, I think we will beat Middlesbrough, but there's that little bit of worry. There's the fact that they've not been beaten in 8. They beat Leicester twice this season. This might be giving away bits and bobs from my, what's it called? Video. That's the one. How did I forget the word video? I do YouTube. That's one of the words I should know by heart by now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm spooked but optimistic, I think is the way to put that. And Georgie's injured. Of course Georgie's injured. Why wouldn't Georgie be injured? It's only when I need him fit, you know? Is that still being broken? Of course that's still being broken. It's on my YouTube streaming setup. Why wouldn't it be broken? Right, international roundup. Ethan Ampadu scored a goal and got an assist. Woo! Has he scored a goal for my, like, first team in the league in this game yet? Once, yes, last season. Was it? Yeah, in the championship. I remember it was a pretty important goal as well, which is very nice for him. Not optimistic about tonight, but then again, I'm quite the pessimist. Oh, I know, so many Leeds fans are pessimists, and I kinda get it. There's a bit of me that's like, we've been hurt before, I can see why we think we'll be hurt again, but at the same time, you can't just go into a situation assuming that it's gonna go wrong, you know? I'm in the spot of, yeah, it's been crap before. It will be crap again in the future, but it won't necessarily be crap this time. There isn't like a guarantee that it's bad, that we're screwed. That I think that's where I'm sitting on it, a sort of position of, yeah, things can suck. But then again, they're not right now, and that's fine. Dennis Mann got himself a nice 7.0 rating. No goals, no assists in a 5-goal game for his team, but it's fine, innit? Jan Dames is very happy. He's been played a lot. Hopefully you're right. I hope I'm right. If I'm not, then it's fine, innit? At the end of the day, stupid game. Like, there was, in the middle of the week, I was doing a event thing for work where I was helping to manage the chat for... It was Lyon versus PSG in the Champions League. And Lyon, 80th minute, think they've lost. 2-0 down. Because it looks like they've lost, because they're not playing very well in the slightest. In the space of 6 minutes, they score 3 goals. From a work perspective, that screwed me. Because I had so much to change instantly. From the point of view of a football fan, it sort of reminded me, oh yeah, stuff can just sort of change very quickly. No one knows what's going to happen in the next football match. Like, as far as we know, we could have Ipswich lose 3 on the bounce, and they're done. But we don't know that. And you know what? I'm not going to pretend to know what's coming up. I'm just going to be hopeful about it. 1 second. Yeah, it's... I think the way that I've been phrasing it recently is, it's so easy to feel negative. But the problem with that is, it makes you feel shit in the meantime. It will just drag you down. It's not a good feeling. Look at the positives instead. Look at the fact that we have had a 9-day rest. Look at the fact that everyone that wasn't fit will now be more fit. Let's look at the fact that, like, there's a lot more time to talk to the team between matches, so we've been able to sort of build a decent plan for this match, rather than, ah, shit, 2-day turnaround, I guess we're going to do what we were doing beforehand. Because the bits and bobs that I mentioned in my video about, I think it was Leicester that Boro had played against twice this season so far. They had changed their tactical plan almost entirely because Boro quite like to hold on to the ball most of the time. But against Leicester, they were like, no, Leicester can have the ball, we'll just pounce on them on the counter. That's something that, if I'm able to spot it, Daniel Farke's able to spot it. He will know what is coming tonight, unless Boro do something completely wild, out of the box, insane. Optimists are constantly disappointed though, whereas pessimists are constantly surprised and cheered up. That is a way of looking at it. But I would put it to you that for 8 of the last 9 days, the optimist has been happier than the pessimist. And if we lose, like, it could happen, there's still space to go, yeah, but X, Y, or Z is okay. It's very easy to go, things are bad and they will stay bad. It's a little bit trickier to go, okay, things are bad, but this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. What can we do to build on the good bits? I feel like I'm getting into the positivity power hour stuff again, which wasn't the intention with this stream at all. The intention with this stream was I wanted to play some Football Manager, but I've got a very busy day ahead, so I might have to end the stream relatively early. But we're here anyway. Also chat through the Middlesbrough match, obviously, but you can only really do that if you're doing a stream or something. That's how it gets done. Right, Gelhardt didn't score, that's fine. Ombang did okay-ish. Conceded twice, but that's all good, because he still had a high enough rating. Chillicott and Mullen got himself 2 assists from defensive midfield. Slidjovic wasn't great. Was anyone actually good? Brendan Aronson again. Brendan, please, can you stop making it tempting to bring you back to Leeds? Caleb Wiley wasn't too bad either. If you haven't yet, I would massively appreciate if you could pop a like on the stream. It just helps it to get pushed out a little bit more, so we can talk to more people, so we can discuss things a little bit nicer, you know? All will be well. Right, let's think. Ampadu as Mr. Ankadu. Control possession really worked. But inverting those players didn't necessarily. Or did it? I don't know. We'll stick with what it's told us to do, because I think that might work. Oh, definitely only joking, them not having many players missing is a good thing. Expect the low block. They do have a few missing, I think. I'm going to skip this one, because that is loud in my lug holes. Yeah, they have a few missing. Like, Dale Fry being missing is a good thing for us, because he's a reasonably good centre-back. Alright, is anyone super tired that isn't going to be able to play? Not that I can see. That was a mistype. That's fine. That happens. I think I'm going to stick with this, to be honest with you. Maybe Strauch as more of a ball-playing boy. But that'll do. Saro Gray in the midfield, that's fine by me. Bosh, let's see how it goes. Bang, let's beat Burnley. Remember, last time we scored like 8 against Brighton. So, was it Brighton? I can't remember. But whoever we played against, we beat senseless. So let's hope we can do that again. Listening whilst doing payroll today. Yay, April pay rises. It's pretty fun. I don't think I'll get a pay rise. I think because I'm a freelancer, 90% of people in my department except me get a pay rise, which is fun. Well, not a pay rise, a bonus, but... But then again, being freelance, that's all good, it's fine. Right, so somehow we've not had a single chance yet. They have. We're against Burnley, let's keep in mind. So this shouldn't be a good team. They shouldn't be causing problems. But there we go. Gabriel Sarra has got himself booked, which isn't ideal. I think I forgot to encourage the boys, which could be part of the issue here. That's a little bit more upbeat. Let's take that. That's fine. And Burnley are currently beating us pretty resoundingly. Okay. I'm not a freelancer, I'm a freeloader. I get a pay rise once a year. Nice. Okay. How do we transform this? Let's look at some analysis. I think Gomez is cutting too far inside, which isn't good. I would prefer you as a wingback. A lot of the play's been over towards this side of the pitch, so if we try and use a little bit of that width, we might be okay. Cree's down as a winger, so that's fine. Second half, I think we take off Toklamati, but it's very early to do it now. That feels like the perfect spot to get some very, 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 very angry players. Charlie Taylor fires it in. This is going to be a problem, isn't it? Branthwaite, nice head on it. Gomez isn't there, and Toklamati isn't pressing the back line like he probably should be. Fired over the top to Koleosho. Good save by Melier. Getting spooked now. Elan out to Rodon. You see, I know we're trying to hold possession, but we're not, like, doing anything with it when we've got it. Which, don't know about you, I'd probably call a problem. It's fine, I got that sort of idea. Oh! Elan, at least you had it covered. Had it covered. Had it covered. That's what we're saying. That's what we're going with. He definitely would have gotten there if he needed to. And thankfully he didn't need it to. So that's fantastic. I'm also a bit mad at work. Because I've been scheduled for a 4 till half 8 today and I don't want to miss the first half of the match. Which makes it a little bit tricky, I think. Let's dive into the second half, though. We've not had a single shot yet. So let's maybe up the tempo, up the directness of the passing. Use a little bit of overlapping stuff. Shoot on sight a bit as well. Because right now we're being actually beaten by Burnley. Which is, well, not beaten, but we're doing nothing against them. Oh, God. Right, what I might do is I might do a big old statsy thing. We've had a shot! We've had a shot, we're fine. Things have massively turned since half time, so that adjustment has clearly helped us. Ampadu's very tired, so I think we give him a bit of a break. Same for Archie, but the question is, what do we do? I don't know if that was audible, but the cat just let out the longest meow, and it was the cutest thing. Joel, hello, friendo. Can you do your advanced forwarding thing again? We'll try and get that to work. Sarah's not having a good one either, so I think we bring on Samu. Maybe as a ball winner. Ilya, a little bit of half backing, a little bit of like long ball stuff could help. I don't know what to do with this because it's not working. I don't know how to make it working. Let's encourage the boys. Let's hope that that does something for us. That has done nothing so far. Okay, let's go very attacking. Let's give them something to think about. Gurev and Samu as a midfield pairing is a little bit scary for me because neither of them are brilliant, but they can do a job. Savio has had a little bit of a stinker. But he can be a 9, so we'll try that. Chuck on Dan James. And get a bit more aggressive from the back as well. I've had a wild idea. This could be a fun one. Morning all. Hopefully we're all good. Okay, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to push Gomez up. I'm going to push Branthwaite up, but Branthwaite isn't going to play that. Who is going to play that is Dennis Mann. Slightly out of position. But it might work. And then pop Gruev in here, and then do that. Is this stupid? Branthwaite right back. Apparently you can do that. I'm gonna try something like this and see if it works. We're gonna get aggressive here. We might as well go for 3 points. Why is Little Fish still in this bloody playlist? The number of times I've been like, let's get rid of it, and I keep forgetting. Remove from playlist. There we go. There's our sort of loungy chill vibe. Can we have a second shot, please, fellas? We can't have a second shot, please, fellas. That is... I don't know the words to use here. That is one of the most flaccid performances I've ever seen on a football pitch. That was horrific. Defending wasn't good enough. Playmaking wasn't good enough. I would say your shooting wasn't good enough. You didn't have any shots. What was that? Miserable. Honestly. Do not understand that. 9 unbeaten for Leeds. Yes, but look at how many draws are in there. 5. You go to Burnley after beating Brighton 8-1 and you think, you know, maybe we can do something today. Can we bollocks? That was horrific. Did not like that. How many passes did we complete? 565, and we weren't up the pitch at all. That tactic needs fixing. Fullback. Yes, you can be an inverted wingback, but you need to be attacking. You can be an anchor. That's fine. We'll use the width. Bit more direct, bit more tempo. I know there's sometimes nothing you can do, but, like... We got nothing. We had one shot all match. Short ball out, that makes sense. Out of possession. What can we do? I think a slightly higher press. Defensive line can drop off, that's fine. No, I've already suggested that Evie steal from her company, and she put me in my place for suggesting that one, so... That doesn't seem like it's necessarily going to be on the cards. Especially seeing as she works for her family, so she was like, this could go wrong. Right, let's have a look at the fun meeting. I'm not going to adjust any of this because sod it, it's not worth it. Would be a regular for the 18s. Go on then. Why aren't you in the 18s anyway? I don't know. Harvey Vincent into the 21s makes sense as well. Cool. Dr. Cox, as long as it's you saying that and not me, then it's not my life on the line. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to be really nice to Gabriel Sara, despite the fact that he just had a bad game. Physio department is currently full, but that guy's a really good physio. You're an okay physio. How long have you got on your contract? I can replace Richie Partridge. But then again, he does other things, so no, we'll leave it. It's fine. Although Thieving Evie has a certain ring to it. When you put it like that, like there's a little bit of like a poetry there, you know? I hear it. Glenn Kamara injured for 1 to 3 days. That's not the worst problem, is it? He doesn't hugely appear in my side, so. Jackie Clark would be a decent signing, but not for £48 million. Bajlic, I thought I'd removed from the short list because he found his way to Bournemouth. Oh no, I don't even know who you are. Oh no. He's our good physio. I'd rather our good physio not be retiring, because then we need to hire another good physio. Alex Baird has fractured his arm again. Why are you this injury prone, my guy? Send him to a specialist. He's not even at our club, but you know what? You can have a specialist. Cost me a bit of money, but... Ow. But they know their stuff. Clark has been removed from the shortlist because of course he has, because he's not going to come here. There are other players. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It feels safe. It feels okay. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a very quick poll, because I want to know what you guys think about something. What happens in the Boro game? Leeds win. Is it a draw? Or is it a Boro win? Because I'm sticking with my positivity. I am going to be relentlessly positive here. Where was this song when we were against Burnley? Bastard. That's the hype one. That's the get pumped one, and it wasn't here. It let me down. Harvey Vincent's training report. Not too bad. Who was I going to replace? Was I going to replace? 13, 19, 8, 16. Okay, yeah, fuck it. He can take over one solo's job. Especially since I don't think he has a contract left anymore. Gray is showing pleasing progress. Very nice. Love to see it. Okay, Southampton. Brighton have just beaten West Ham, which is fine, I guess. Don't have a strong opinion on that one. I love that we are solely the cause of Brighton having a negative goal difference here. Pommeled them into the floor. I'll take a quick look at this, actually. Ignore that, because that's bad. Let's tackle a bit harder, though. Going strong on Adam Armstrong. Let's be a bit positive. Brandon Williams for Branthwaite makes sense, I think. And let's pick a team. Some Latino music. It's just part of my, like, background assortment. I've got a bunch of instrumental bits. Might as well use them. Right, Joel has been better than Toklamati, which is not even in question. He's comfortably been better. Savio has been stinky for a little while, so I'm going to try Dennis Mann. Sarah Gray is a good pairing in the middle of the park. With Ampadu as the anchor because he's been reasonably good too. Williams to right back. Makes sense to me. Everyone else seems to be roughly competent, so I don't want to make too many changes outside of that. I'll pop Caligari on the bench because he's very flexible, can play anywhere. Cresswell's wanted by via car now. I wonder if I could get a move to happen there. Not interested whilst the window's closed. Okay. So on the first day of the window, Cresswell to Viacano is going to happen. And let's get a little bit positive, shall we? Let's try and actually win this game. Which I think we can do. You must have had an effect on me. I've said Leeds for the win. Very nice, you see? A little bit of positivity. That's all we need. Things start to feel better when you're thinking, yeah, things might be okay. Rather than, oh no, bad things. Never press Mikolenko. Sure. I will trust you. We're on a good run. Let's keep it going. I have faith. Make a difference. I have faith. Make a difference. And I have faith. Make me proud. I love how I want Peru to make me proud, but everyone else I want to make a difference. Look at that form. Bamford injured in FM. Bamford forced a move in the first season. I replaced him with someone for £2 million who scored something like 8 times in 17 or something like that. And is immediately going to be worth a lot more in transfer fees if I have to sell him. Mr. Toklamati. Right, Dennis Mann out on the wing to Gomez, inside to Gabriel Sara. Very nice Gray inside over to Somerville. Fire it in, please, Mr. Somerville. Or not. Williams will, though. To Somerville. We're already looking a little bit better. Very nice. Okay, good start. Nice little beginning, that. Ooh, we have our first Boro win vote, which... Speak up. I want to know why. Because, I mean, I can see the arguments for it, but, like, what are you thinking? Sarah cuts inside. Have a go. I love how good Gabriel Sara is in this save. In real life, I hate how good he is because he's not at Leeds. But Gomez fired in. Sara doesn't get a head on it. Adams. Okay, good chase. Well chased back by Gomez. Very, very good. Let's encourage again. Because, like, clearly, they're feeling it right now. Gray fires it through to Lianco in the end, not our own player. Armstrong is pressed by Piru for some reason, who I told to be just a straight up advanced centre forward in those high positions. Adam Armstrong has a go. It doesn't work out. Wonder who's dropped tonight and wonder who's coming in for Leeds. I've gone with Leeds picking Dan James tonight. And Stuart Armstrong back post. Hume. Free kick. Nice. I've gone with Dan James to start because I think pain. Oh, I've got options, haven't I? Let's go Fard Murphy. Maybe as a complete wingback, bring out a little bit more width and height. Ruter or Willie in the 10. I've gone Ruter. I think a lot of Ruter's issues recently have been fitness related, which, coming off a hernia surgery, that makes a lot of sense. And I think this 9-day break will have given him plenty of time to rest and recover. You've got to keep in mind, this is... Dennis Mann! Ugh. You've got to keep in mind this break is effectively as long as Ruter had to recover from the hernia surgery in the first place. So it's going to do him the world of good. Evie's saying James on the bench tonight. I think it's going to be a tactical slog of a game with lots of man marking. And I can see the argument for Willie because he will fairly easily be able to lose his man. Personally, I've gone James. Just because I think his pace will be able to pull more defenders away from where they need to be and sort of destructure them a little bit more. But there's an argument for both. Right, Smallbone, Armstrong to the back post. Stroke deals with it. Okay, Mikolenko, who... I've just realised you moved from Everton. Loving the nickname Thief and Evie, absolutely. Gutted for Roberts, season potentially over. I think it will be at this point. Like, unless we're super desperate on the last day. Losing Roberts is a big shame. Because the width that he brought on that right-hand side, shit. Okay, we're good. The width he brought on that right-hand side was, like, fundamental when he was coming on the pitch. It was big for us, and not having it could cause some problems. Great. Piru to Williams. Williams fires it out wide to Dennis Mann. Very nice. Gabriel Saur's on the inside making a move. Is he going to cut it back? No, he's going to go himself and miss. That was so nice. So much of that move. But it didn't happen. But that's okay. Right, Mr. Redon to Pascal Stroke. Poll so far, currently, by the way, sitting at 6 votes for a Leeds win, 1 vote for a Boro win, which I am completely fine with, to be honest with you. It's a nice little balance. Crete, you can't go losing those balls, buddy. Me when I'm at 6 aside and manage to kick it over the fence. I'd like Leeds to be looking at Gallagher at Blackburn or Diaz for number 9 next season. Hasn't Diaz been really disappointing this season, though? I can have a look. Brereton Diaz. Let's have a look. Sarah fired in for Peru. Peru finishes very nice. At Sheffield United on loan from Villarreal. No, to be fair, he scored 4 in 9, so I can get that. The question is, will Villarreal, sorry, want to keep him? Yeah, Sheffield United have been rubbish, so like around him there's not been much. Who's Gallagher at Blackburn? Is it like Sam Gallagher, maybe? Let's have a look. Don't know why I'm on Wikipedia, not FB ref here. That's definitely not helping my cause. Piru, very nice little bit of intercepting. Right, squad is Sam Gallagher, yeah. Okay, so I'd have a very quick point to make on Sam Gallagher, right? What is the biggest issue? That's got to be a pen. The biggest issue that people have with Patrick Bamford. Just in one word. Like anyone that's in the chat that has the one word answer to what everyone's problem is with Pat Bamford. Go for it. And there will be no judgment. Piru, very nice, 2-0. Injuries wasn't the one I expected. That I like him. Okay, ouch. The thing is, though, I like every Leeds player. There aren't any Leeds players that I actively dislike. Until next season, if we end up with some of the Lone Rats staying. Happy with the number of shots on target so far. Very, very happy with the shots on target so far. 2-0. But the main issue that 99% of people have with Pat Bamford is the fact that his finishing, not quite at it. Sam Gallagher, this season, has in the all competitions, not the championship, gotten 24 appearances. He scored 5 times. Last season, 39 appearances, scored 8 times. Season before, 39, scored 9. 39, scored 8 in the season before that. The season before that, played 44, scored 7. The last time he scored more than 9, the only time in his career he scored more than 9 goals in a season, was in 2016-17. So when you're talking... Let's pay attention to the game itself, shall we? So when we're talking needing a number 9 that can score goals rather than just one that does the movement stuff, which is something that a lot of people complain about Bamford for, I don't think you get that with Sam Gallagher. It's not something he's done in the past. It's not something that he likely will do going forward. It feels like a bit of a risk, really. Right, Daniel James can go on the wing. Gabriel Sara, let's give you a break as well. Maybe not on Metzala, Ilya. That's not what you do. Right, we got a couple of changes left to make. Maybe give Savio a run out. Toklamati, never mind. I don't have another sub for that. I actually don't like Nonto, I haven't forgotten. I feel like that was less what Nonto did and more what his agent told him to do. And if you're a kid that is being told you're not going to be able to play for your country again if you keep playing in this league, which is reportedly what was being discussed with Mancini, obviously you're going to think, shit, I quite like my country. I would like to keep playing for them. I think that's more poison being dripped in the ear than anything else. If we go up, view on Farker as a manager in the Premier League. If we struggle here, what will the Premier League be like? I worry if promoted. Right. Question 1 for that is, who would you sign that's better? Point 2 on that, almost all of the issues that Daniel Farker's had in the past came when he was at a club that had no investment in him. Norwich didn't have money, Norwich don't have money, as a rule of thumb. So to say, yes, you got us promoted with what, because presuming, like, to get promoted at this point, we will need more than 6 points. Yes, you've been promoted with a club record number of points in the league, but actually, I think we'll go with someone else. That feels a bit daft. And the fact is, we struggle against teams that sit deep against us. If you're going up to the Premier League, how many teams realistically are doing that? Who's going to do the shithousey low block stuff other than the sides that come up with us? Leicester don't look like they'll want to do that. Ipswich won't want to do that because that's not their style. He was in Germany and failed. Did he? Realistically? Hold on. Right. Also, Germany is a completely different league. Let's remember. Right. Daniel Farke. Tell me a little bit more, Transfermarkt. Oh, nice. He's got him down as a retired player as well. That's kind of cool. Gladbach. Yeah, I mean, he didn't do well. 36 matches. I'm trying to do the numbers off the top of my head rather than, like, cheating. Something like 45 points. Because it's 36 matches, 1.28 points per game. It's not great, no. But it's not a great Gladbach side. Aronson, update. He got another 6.5, which means that he was a little bit average, and I'm completely fine with that. As long as he's not, like, making me want him back. Bamford's a nice guy, no hate from me. Yeah, I'm in the same spot. And I think if we were to take Schmodix, I'd want him in the sort of... Remember at the start of the season when you had Piru and Ruter both functionally playing as 10s? I think if you do Schmodix and Ruter in that sort of system, that's going to be incredible. Because Ruter's going to create so many chances in that role. But I don't think pairing him with Piru would work because Piru isn't quite the creator. Maybe Joseph? Maybe Bamford, but I don't know. But you got Plan B in Premier League. He struggled here. I mean, he did, but as Dr. Cox has said, and I think this is a really good point, Norwich had very little money. We have an NFL team that keeps making the final of the Super Bowl with seemingly dozens of like top profile athletes all backing the side and saying, yeah, let's go up. Like Larry Nance as like a key example. We just eat his Twitter feed every single weekend when we're playing. Which, I mean, that sort of shows that there's at least some level of investment there. And even from like a pure, yeah, well, they just want a profit point of view, which a lot of people like have, and I kind of get it because it is an investment body. Think of it like this. If you have an asset, Leeds United, that having gotten relegated, value shrunk, collapsed, dropped like a stone, which isn't fun, especially as a fan. When we went into the Championship, when we get promoted, that like opportunity for revenue blows up again, and the club valuation shoots up, and potential stadium enhancements and everything like that will increase the value of the club. But the 49ers don't get that profit without the investment in a first season in the Premier League, and they know that. They're not stupid. One of the things that the 49ers are really, really good at is recruitment in NFL. At some point, I'm planning on doing a video with someone that is a accredited journalist for San Francisco 49ers. Crystal, who was in the chat the other week. So there will be that recruitment there, and that will absolutely be the difference between time at Norwich, time at Leeds. Yeah, but money's good, but if no technical abilities... Ugh, for fuck's sake. Right. I've got a question for you. After the first season, under Marcelo Bielsa, where Leeds United had spent money on Patrick Bamford. Who else had we signed that season? I think that was the season that we had signed Barry Douglas. Okay, I'm going to the season itself just so I'm not guessing. Signed Kiko Casilla. Who else did we sign that season? We signed Pascal Struijk. For some reason I'm not on the signings page though. Because I'm dumb. Right, 18-19 season. But the gist is, we put a fairly decent amount of money into Marcelo Bielsa in that first season. Pat Bamford, 8 million quid or so. Barry Douglas, 3 million quid. We signed Bogus, we signed Kiko Casilla, who won't have had cheap wages. We signed Leif Davis, we didn't know how much for. Jack Harrison was a fairly expensive loan, £2 million a season. We did also sign Jamal Blackman, which I completely forgot about. In terms of loan, wage increases, the amount of money we were spending on wages for Mateusz Klich will have shot up. And the fact that we'd invested £8 million every single year on Marcelo Bielsa and his staff. After the first season, would you have fired Marcelo Bielsa because we ended up in the playoffs after pushing for automatic promotion? No, because that would have been daft. Like, realistically, any manager in the world who had that August that we did, in which we had players leaving left, right, and centre. Holy shit, Gabriel Sara got Player of the Month. Uh-oh. No, because team burnt out, not coach. What do you mean team burnt out? What was burnt out about the team? And in that case, how does that differ from Joe Rodon having back spasms every single game? Glenn Kamara trying to play through illness? How does that differ from Jorginho Rutter playing through a hernia and then not giving himself the proper time to recover from a hernia and coming back? How does it differ from Crescencio Somerville constantly having knocks? Both of those sides have had injury issues. The difference is, and completely fair enough, because I'm in the same position, we look back on that time as we didn't have problems, we were fantastic, it was brilliant. Because it was. What's happened this season is it's felt like we've had that equally insanely good time. We had a record-breaking run of wins throughout all of Leeds United's history. But because we've dropped a few points, we're like, sack it. Fuck off. We're done. Come on. It's a little bit of a joke. You have to admit. They got injured and we got smashed in the playoff semi-final. Okay, so why do injuries this season not count? That's what I'm saying. Injuries can happen at any time. And I wouldn't say that, Daniel Farke's getting burnt out either. I don't particularly know what that means, but, look at it again. Back to the Bielsa era, back to what happened at the time, back to what everyone was praising him for. We didn't have a plan B. Plan B was to do plan A better. But we're critiquing Farke for only having one plan. I don't know, it feels like a lot of the time we've got these weird little hypocrisies where it was good when Bielsa did it because it was, but because Daniel Farke's doing it now, it's a problem. I don't see that. I might be missing something, but to have more points at this point in the season than Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United side, and to have people saying that you should be sacked even if we go up, is a joke. Daniel's got no answer to a low block. Right, hang on. You've brought up the stats, bitch. Let's bring this up, shall we? What's the best way to get to this squad? Let's go via Pablo, shall we? It would have been this season. Okay. I remember that match. I remember us playing against a low block. Look at that, 76% possession. Us having all the ball, them sitting hilariously deep. Lost points here, 72% possession. Lost 1-0. Birmingham City will have sat incredibly deep, allowing us to have the ball. Sheffield United. They were a team vying for promotion. What did they do? Sit hilariously deep and let us play at them. Same applies for Brentford, same applies for Ipswich, same applies throughout the season. All of these matches will have been against low blocks, where we weren't able to break through, and we lost as a result. In this one, we had an XG of 4.2. Scored twice. 3.5 scored once. All of those cases, could we break down a low block? No. Could we bollocks? And we weren't begging for Bielsa to be sacked then, because that was the first time we'd had a good manager. That was completely out of the ordinary for us. But now we've seen what good management is like, but we've still got it in our heads that, like, there's this exception. That what went wrong with Bielsa, if it goes wrong with someone else, that is bad, but that was okay and manageable because in the end we went up. We are still in the middle of this story being told. You know that, right? Like, it's not done yet. And everyone's talking like, oh, I don't know, lads, should we probably end up sacking Daniel Farke? No! It's wild. It is such a wild take, and I do not understand where it's come from. Let's have a new performance analyst, shall we? You're a bit clangy, aren't you? You're also a bit clangy, aren't you? Ooh! I like that. Very nice. When teams are in our face or roughing us up, it's sideways passing backwards. Yeah, because they're trying to keep the ball. Because what happens when the other team gets the ball is counter-attacks, which we're really good at conceding goals against. Players are to blame for not making better decisions. Yeah. Right, again, I am going to bring up a little bit of FPRF. And I'm going to look through this season's matches as a comparison. Drop points, drop points, drop points, drop points. That was a cup match, so that doesn't count, but drop points. Drop points. Didn't do what I was looking for. Drop points and drop points. Right. All of the orange I've highlighted here is matches in which Leeds United dropped points but had superior XG to the other team, which means that we created enough chances to have scored the goals. Stats ain't going to win us Premier League promotion. No, but they set out a good fucking picture of what has happened so far. You can't say, oh, we're not very good at X, Y, or Z, when let's have a look at what the actual information says, shall we? Where every single one of these matches, we've had a greater level of XG than the other side. Which means that off-pitch, Daniel Farke's job is... Okay, Daniel, what you do is you create the structures, you pick the side, and you make sure they're able to create the chances. If Daniel Farke himself could walk onto the pitch and kick the ball into the goal, I'm sure he would, but he can't. The extent of what he can do is send out a team that is in a good enough position to create the opportunities, and then he's trusting the players on the pitch to finish the chance. Against Coventry, we had better XG than them. Against Blackburn, we had better XG than them. Shit, they had 3 shots. 3. All game. And we had a hell of a lot more good opportunities than they did. Same for Huddersfield. Not many chances on their end. Same for the match against Preston. Yes, we were bad against West Brom. Yes, we weren't particularly good against... I mean, even this time, I hadn't spotted this one. They had an XG of 0.3. Against 1.8, and we scored once, and we didn't get the points. Same for this one. The number of times that we have created a hell of a lot of chances, and the only issue is the fact they haven't been put in the back of the net. You cannot blame Daniel Farke for that. What more does he want to do? Like, what? Oh, I don't understand. Perform at the end of the season with his teammate excused to win 3 games at Solon, who turns up players and manager. I couldn't quite get what you meant on that one. Cree in the final third and Reter don't pass enough. I think what we were doing earlier in the season was Reter and Somerville were a lot happier to do the nice little passing stuff, make sure that each of them had enough time with the ball to create more chances and all that fun stuff. What seems to have happened since is they've gotten into a position where they're like, I can take on my man. And then they'll take on the man, but by that point someone else is there. And if there was an easier pass, they've not picked it. And that's led to some problems. If that problem gets solved, I feel quite confident, to be honest with you. It is a fairly big if, I'll admit. But it might do. I'm feeling alright. Just as a general rule of thumb. And as I keep saying, it's a lot more fun to feel good about football. It's a lot more fun to like your players because you want them to do well. Right, let's go to the match. Yeah, they are must win. Because 3 matches left is tough. It's tight at the top as well. I think every single team in the top 4 currently has, well, outside of Southampton, but they've dropped off a little bit, has 3 games left. I still think we're in a better spot than Ipswich looking at the games they've got to come. Let's have a look. No, every single team in the top 4 has played 43 matches. And people are, at the moment, acting like we've got a dire points total and we're miles behind Ipswich. That's not the case. We're 2 points back. 2. If we get 2 points more than them, we're up. Because we've got the better goal difference. In the worst case scenario, playoffs, do we go up? I've said throughout the season that if we end up in the playoffs, I'm not feeling super confident. Toklamati, please. Please. Yeah, I'm not the most confident if it's the playoffs, because I think 13th place don't go up. I think 13th place are in a situation in which... Oh, come on. You need to be really mentally strong to get back into it from that position. I think it'll be a West Brom, or something like that. I think it just will be West Brom, actually. Sarah in. Let's have a finish, shall we? Never mind. Ball's bobbled out all the way to Williams. Did Adam Armstrong do his ACL on Saturday? I will have a look. Adam Armstrong. I'll add the word injury to it just to see if that's come across. Yes. He has reportedly suffered a season-ending injury, which will probably include playoffs in that case. Right, Fard Moofy. What can you do? Somerville cuts inside, has a go! It doesn't work out. Ah! We have 3 matches against teams who have nothing to play for. Playoffs will be difficult for us mentally. Better teams don't do well in the playoffs. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's not going to be a fun spot to be in. All likelihood, we'd probably be against Norwich, who I don't feel the worst about playing against. Let's have a look at our matches so far this season against Norwich. Gray's taken a knock. I'll keep him until half-time. And let's encourage the boys as well, just to try and make sure that we have as good a chance as possible. Because we're creating chances here. Right, this season against Norwich, we had that nice 3-2 win where we had the comeback. That was away. And why can't I find Norwich? And the other match was a 1-0 win. So I feel okay if we get Norwich. West Brom, I would feel a little bit less good about. Oh, that might have been offside. Or not. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I think Southampton beat Leicester. Hang on. Oh, I get you. Yep. That'd be a good world to be in. I'd like that. Adam Armstrong being out is Leeds' wake-up call now. How do you mean it's our wake-up call? Right, okay. Happy with the number of shots so far. I don't think we need to make any changes yet. Yes, we do. We need to take Archie off. Oh, piss. We don't have many central midfielders. We'll do that. Helps everyone out a little bit. I sort of know what you mean in terms of wake-up call. In that it is saying that get it done as soon as possible because there's a risk of injuries, and if we get injuries, then that's where the problems happen. Right, Somerville picks it up. Ampadu's playing a little bit higher up the pitch now, which... a little bit scary, because that's not normally where he goes, but that's okay. Back to Sarah. Sarah has a dig. Oh, Gabriel. I know why you're taking these shots, but I want them to go in now. It's Stuart, not Adam. Is it Stuart? Have I been lied to by Google? Google would never do that. Oh, come on, Toklamati. You need to finish that. Ah! We need a second goal here. I am going to praise them because it's going real good. They've only had 2 shots. We've had 16, 17. Players win tonight. I think it's game on. We go to QPR, it'll be a big plus. Yeah. Have we had no dunks today? Because I'm just good. I'm good at Football Manager. Obviously. And you know who else is good? Gabriel Sara. Imagine if that went in. That would have been so nice, but here we are. Sara fired it in. That's another corner. We ain't going to complain about those. Right, Sara again fires it in. Doesn't quite work out. Bobbles all the way to the... It's the touchline, isn't it? Yeah. For some reason I forgot the word and I was like, it can't be touchline, can it? But it is. Definitely is. Right. Let's make some subs. Look after some players. Savio off for Dennis Mann. Somerville for Daniel James. Georgie can't play in midfield. Why am I getting informed that a meeting is starting that I'm not even invited to? Goes a ball winner. I know we should theoretically be getting a little bit more defensive, but it's fine. Whatever. I'll just make Brandon Williams a little bit more defensive. I also want to see Caligari play a little bit. But Fard Mufi is finally having a good game, so instead I will bring on Branthwaite instead of Stroke for a little bit. Donk needed. I mean, get good is all I'm saying to Fulham. If Fulham want to score a goal, then maybe we can donk, but not yet. I refuse to put donks on anything until I am forced. Thank you very much. One thing I'll say has been... I hope he's been sorting out set pieces because we've been terrible in that department. We've always been bad at set pieces. That's always been a thing. We've never been able to beat the first man. We've never been able to score goals from set pieces. It's not what we do, let's be honest. Top of the league. That'll do. That's very nice. I would have liked more goals, but... Leeds go top of the Premier League. Absolutely we do. Savio with 1.0 expected goals. Only scored once though, didn't he? Could have scored 1.08 times. Another 12.5% of a goal would have been nice. 11 in a row without losing, which I like. It needs to change. What hope have we got? The hope that we've got is the fact that we got here in the first place, which is fine. How are Arsenal 10th? Yeah, it's not a question of if we keep being bad at set pieces, we're done. Like, it'd be nice to be good at them, but if that can't happen right now, then eh. There are bigger problems to have, I think, than not being great at corners. And corners are a massively overrated bit of football anyway. I think the stats are something like 1 in 12 corners going, off the top of my head. Something like that. I'll have a look. Okay. Yeah. If you were guessing, to anyone in the chat, this is an open question. How many corners do you think it would take to score a goal on average? Or more specifically, this is probably an easier way of putting it. What is the range of percentages of corners that are goals? So something to something percent. Because I've had a look, and oh, it surprised me a little bit. Alfreton make a loan approach for Wozni. I don't even know who you are, my friend. So, sod it. You can go on loan. Have fun. We got players, but are we that good if we can't beat Blackburn at home and then watch Sheffield Wednesday smash them? Oh my fucking god. There's a reason we have a league table. And the league table says, yes, we are that good. Because we've beaten a hell of a lot of other teams. 20%. Half it, then half it again, then take it down a little bit more. The percentage of corners that go in, as a rule of thumb, 2 to 4%. This is why, when people are angry about the fact that we don't score corners, no one scores corners. It's the norm. It's standard. It's really hard to score a corner. Especially when teams are getting better at defending them, because every single club on the planet right now is like, okay, how do we use data to maximize everything and make sure it's all good? People know how to defend corners better now. Because the information's at their hands. Oh, I was laughing at Arsenal being 10th. Chelsea are in 11th. What about free kicks, not just corners? I will have a look at that too. No, I don't want the corner data. I want the free kick data. Ooh, Opta Analyst has done a thing. But there's a lot of data. Hey guys, I wait for this becoming a reading stream, because... yeah. It's a lot of fucking reading. Okay. Yeah, I think I found one statistic that will sort of illustrate for everyone how the free kick thing works. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people. Not feeling this one right now. Ooh. That'll do. Yeah. Lots and lots of people are saying, why aren't we scoring more goals from free kicks? In the 2022-23 season, the season that this report was written on, how many goals in total were scored from direct free kicks? In total, across the entire league. In the Liga last season. Because this sort of made me think, oh shit, okay, that makes sense. Everything starts to add up a little bit more now. We have LUFC 19-20-20, Promo Champ. This is in La Liga. Last season. But it's the data trend across all leagues in Europe is following the same thing. It's all trending in the same direction. 11. Nearly. 9. A grand total of 9 free kicks were scored in the Spanish League last season. Because, and this is where Data Bitch Joe might be returning. Because this little stat shows that not only are the percentage of people taking free kicks in the final third as a shot going down, little cha-cha sliding all the way down here, from 25% in, shall we say, 15 years ago, to about, what is that, like 18.5 last season. Average free kick distance has collapsed from 29.5 metres to 28 and a bit. The number of free kicks you get in the final third, though, has gone from about 8 to a little bit more than 4, because teams are just better at not fouling there. How many in the Premier League? That is a good question. I will let you know if I'm able to find it. Over in Spain just 9 free kicks. I'm going to zoom in a bit. I don't know, but it's at least 11. With at least 11 goals directly from free kicks in each of the other 74 campaigns in the top 5 leagues since 2008-9. And there have been no more than 16 direct free kick goals in any of the top 5 leagues this term. Which, when you consider that's the top 5 leagues, so better players more likely to score them, combine that with the fact that the trend overall is just heading in this direction, odds are you're going to see an entire season where your player doesn't score a free kick goal. But that's okay. That's fine, because it's happening to everybody. That is normal. Cubita Bow shines in the draw. Not a good draw, but that's fine. Caleb Wiley shows his quality. That is very, very good. Did you see the Liverpool free kick yesterday? I did not. And I can't show it on stream, or it would get me shot in the head for copyright issues. So I'm going to avoid it for now, but I will watch it after the stream. Right, Gabi Sarrar is out for another 6 days to 2 weeks. Which is bad. Quite like having him in my team. So I'm going to change things a bit. Oh, is Rosero even fit enough for that? Or do we use Peru? As like an attacking midfielder. That sounds like such a stupid sentence. We could do with an Ian Hart again. I think, honestly, every club could do with someone that knows how to finish from free kicks, but it's not the world we're in right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to try quite desperately to train Georgie as a central midfielder and hope that it works, because I think that would be quite good. Adds a little bit more oomph to that middle of the park. Let's get into the match. Let's get it done, shall we? It's only Arsenal, who are having a little bit of a stinker. But we should be okay. I have faith make a difference, I have faith make a difference, and I have faith make a difference. I wonder if Leeds will sign Ben Godfrey in the summer. I think it depends on what goes on around us, to be honest with you. Maybe. Oh, shit. This is where we're going to get donks, isn't it? Unless we clean sheet this. But I do not realistically feel a donk-less game. I'd love to. But I don't think I'm that optimistic. Especially since we've not actually created any chances yet. Let's encourage the boys once more, because that tends to do a good job. If it doesn't, then we'll just be sad. We'll be sad and we'll try and roll with it. We have our first vote for a draw, by the way. 20 votes in, which... Would I take a draw? Being a single point behind Ipswich with 2 matches left? Don't... Great. Oh. It's against an unbeaten team. I think we need to remember that. I would prefer a win. But then that relies on getting more points from QPR and Southampton than Ipswich do from elsewhere. If you liked it, then you should have probably put a donk on it. I refuse to donk. There will be no donkery in this place. That was scary. Okay. Okay, Mr. Pate. Need a win, but it's not over if we get a point. Yeah. I think that's my spot on it. Oh, it's going to set the internet on fire if it's a draw, isn't it? We have to be better in front of goal, at least start hitting the target more often. Yes, please, let's do that. Oh, piss. Okay, we're good. We're fine. We're fine. We're chill. We're vibes. We're relaxed. We're not worried. Worries for nerds. And that's not what it is what we are. Yeah, I'm someone that likes my daily uploads because it feels like consistency. But oh, Toklamati, please. But if we draw against what's their name? Boro. Sorry, I've scrambled. Then that is where I think the bad feeling might start to kick in. Need a win, doesn't have to be sexy, just ruthless. Absolutely. That's what you call the club full of people who murder their Welsh friend. They're ruthless. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Fine. Yeah. I'll stick with it. That was one of those moments where I'm like, is Ruth a common Welsh name? Yeah. Ruth Jones, she's Welsh. I can't remember any other Ruth. Oh, Ruth Davidson. She isn't Welsh. Joe reminds me of young Sheldon. Fantastic. I am so glad you have picked, like, the most autistic young person in fiction. By glad, I mean somewhat devastated. Right, who's going to come on here? Branthwaite, why not? This is where I'm not super happy that I had to take off Ampadu. Is it Branthwaite or is it going to be Caligari? I like Caligari more. Williams can push on a little bit as well. Yeah, the goal from this match is stay undefeated. How doable that'll be, I have no idea. But it's going to be a fight. And we've not made it easy for ourselves. Why young Sheldon? Like, what? Okay. Right, Zinchenko. Throw in all the way to Jesus. Oh, shit. No. No. Oh, fuck's sake. Could have done without that. There's one. We'll give it a second. I am happy with just the one. Fine, two of you. No, Ricky! You can't have that be your first message. It's almost vindictive at that point. But we'll add 3. Oh. Or we will very, very slightly move the box. Because for some reason... There we go. I couldn't edit the text. Oh, yeah, bastard. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes I wonder what this looks like to newcomers. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That'll do. Oh, my shoulders. Yep, it absolutely is. Your name is Eric Donk. I mean, I'm not too sure about that one, Evie. Yeah, it's the every time a goal is conceded in this FM save, the number of people in the chat that say Donk is multiplied by 5, and I have to lift our good friend here. Donk! I say good friend, he is a absolute wanker. The brilliance, I suppose, and the fact how clued up you are and the research you do. I mean, I'll take it. Thank you. I'm annoyed that we've been better than them on XG. I'm really mad at Fard Movie. Can't believe I missed the donk. Ah, I'll be back next time. I don't know if it's the right way around. 12. It was the biggest I could find in Lidl at the time. Because I went to Lidl and they had whites, and I was like, you know what? I've got an idea. And the idea was to be horrifically mean to myself. We're not top anymore. Ampadu's injured. I don't want Ampadu to be injured. I want my players back. Yeah, go on, have fun. Go on an adventure. He's joined Alfreton for the rest of the season, which is not a bad place to go. Probably. Can't lie, don't know that much about Alfreton. Toklamati is concerned that he's not getting much playing time in his preferred position and role. Not enough kilos is the answer. I would call this probably enough kilos. Considering I think I might still have a hernia. It's just something that I want to get sorted later in the year. Because I don't have the 6 weeks out to take for quite a while now. Leeds probably miss Murderball. Maybe. Alright, everyone can be regaining fitness, please. Joe, Evie is Bernadette from The Big Bang Theory without the squeaky voice. Look, you can't just say, because she's about 4'1", that Evie is Bernadette from The Big Bang Theory. And yes, Evie, you have told me your height, but I'm going to stick with 4'1" because it's a little bit funnier. I reckon at some point we need to do like a Leeds YouTube meetup. And then we'll like walk into the pub and be like, oh nice, everyone's here. And then we'll be like, where's Evie? It turns out you just accidentally walked under the table. Joe, do you go to the gym? No. Because my work schedule's all over the shop and it is combined with having a wife that works as a teacher. Which means that on weekends, I'm working. Throughout the week, she's working, and it doesn't feel fair to, like, leave the dog for extended periods because he's a very anxiety-riddled boy. Okay, Glenn. Right, with level of cruelty there, Joe. Love it. I mean, you're a bit late on that one, Orange Raider, by the way. I wouldn't call it cruel. I'd call it a shame that society hasn't learnt how to make furniture for people your height. That's not cruel. That's just society, you know? That one did feel a bit mean. Let's have a look, shall we? Sergio Gomez is coming back. Thank God for that. It means we don't need to play Fuck. I've just seen the next match. Joe, did your pick arrive? Yes, the super secret item for the quiz that's coming at some point soon has arrived. Why were you told, and if you know you can make all these height jokes? I mean, to be fair, I'm 6'2". It's not too bad. 6'1" or 6'2", up there. It's not bad. Like, I'll take it. Okay. Having had 2 nightmare years in the Prem for the last 2 years, I'm quite relaxed whether we go up automatic playoff or not at all. I'm sure Farker will get us there sooner rather than later. Yeah, we were, for some reason, having a conversation earlier on about whether or not we should keep Daniel Farker going into next season, and I just think, yes, we probably. It feels weird to get rid of someone that's gotten, like, a points tally this nice. Plus, he's brought a little bit of, like, stability to the club, if that makes sense. So being able to, like, retain him throughout that would be absolutely huge. Oh, Georgie! Stop it! I don't know if we've got a fit number 10 now. I'm 6'1", 6'2" myself. Haha! 6'1/2, gang, rise up. Except we don't need to rise up because we're already taller than everyone else. On balance of probability. Also, I don't know what I want for lunch. What are we thinking? What suggestions have we got? A lot better position now 49ers running is. Absolutely. I am a big fan of having the 49ers in. That's not too bad. It's not taking too many of my players away. Dennis Mann is on international duty? Oh, it's just international time. Okay, that's fine. I've not been paying attention. I was a bit spooked. BLT, pizza, battered Boro. I can't eat a battered Boro for lunch. I would if I could. But that's not being made until tomorrow, I'm afraid. Sounds tasty, though. Gotta keep Farker if we don't go up. Bielsa didn't go up the first time. That's what I was saying. We learn lessons the first time. You learn the lesson the first time round, you fix it the second time. It's fine. You're having Mackies, you've decided. You see, I'm in that weird spot where I do like a good Mackies. But occasionally, and I'm gonna switch to a different screen for a second. Haha, hello everybody. This is just to make sure that I don't accidentally show my Microsoft Teams, because that would be a problem. Cool. Right, fantastic, there we go. Bosh. Yeah, I think the thing with Mackies is, like, Their best burgers are the ones that they rotate in and out. So when it's just like, look, you can have a Big Mac. I don't want a Big Mac. I want the good stuff. But alas, there is no good stuff. Because it's all like waiting for the Big Tasty to come back in. I had 3 Weetabix for breakfast. That is a lot of Weetabix. Your guts sound like they must be cement. I reckon we sign a boatload of basketball players for set pieces next season. That would be honestly brilliant. And it turns out I forgot to set my teams to Do Not Disturb. There we go. Fixed. Sorted. Bosh. 20 nuggets are the best thing from McDonald's. I'm more of a selects kind of guy. Selects are just so good. On the sauce question, and I know that it's not me being asked, but I have to make my opinion heard on this one. Tomato ketchup is for children, is too sweet, and is not good. That is a non-negotiable fact. Ketchup is not a good sauce. Ketchup bad. Chicken nuggets from Burger King actually have some part of a chicken in them. Yeah, very good point. I am a fan of, like, Burger King. I don't know why, like, they're the memed on option. Because, like, their burgers are better. Their chips are pretty decent. Just, they're a solid option, you know? Right, Ampadu is back, but I don't want to risk him, so we'll try Alvarez. Haha, no, Joe, I'm doing it for fibres. I'm cutting out bread. You're cutting out bread? But bread's so good. Bread's so tasty. Don't you dare, Al Hilal. Right, we're going with a rotator team. It won't be Alvarez. I'll do Branthwaite instead. Do I want to try Caligari? Maybe, but I'm still in that confusing position where I think Caligari is the name of the island from Mamma Mia. Which, it's not far off, but... let's give Glenn some minutes as well. He's not brilliant, but he's really not brilliant. Okay, never mind. Hi, Ilya. No, fuck it, Gabriel. As a Metsala, drop Gruev into that defensive spot. As a ball winner, Tokla Mati I will have as the pressing forward with... I don't know what to do with my wings. Eat them, haha, because it's chicken wings. Quite like Dennis Mann over Savio. Haven't eaten ketchup since I was 4. My imaginary friend Corker drowned in a bottle of it and I haven't touched it since. That's a story for therapy, I think. Joe, it hurts my teeth and some other foods do too. That's an odd one. As is eating ketchup and brown sauce sandwiches, but we move. If it tastes good to you, it tastes good to you. Fresh Irish soda bread is next level. I said eat them out loud at the exact same time. We talk too much clearly. What? I am confused. Burger King's the way. McDonald's is hangover food. Yeah, and even then it's not great hangover food. Oh, there's a place just up the road from me that makes the best. Oh, it's like a cafe place that I tried for the first time this weekend, and it's so good. I had never been there before, and I don't know if I'll ever go there since because I don't want to potentially tarnish what was such a beautiful memory. Oh, it was so good. Right, I'm going to send it with this team. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Evie, my aunt makes it for my grandma as the family is Irish. Lovely. I think we need to put on a... I think we need to show everyone the recent praise is justified. That will do. Let's just beat Scum, shall we? Oh dear. I love the cafe by the Mirror Ball. We meet the family there regularly. I do not know what you mean. I'm guessing that's a Leedsy spot. Because it's not triggering anything in my head. My burgers are awesome. I bake bread, so I make burgers with my Hokkaido bread buns. Oof. Are those the ones that are like real fluffy? Or am I thinking like Japanese pancakes? Either way, it sounds delicious. Oh, piss. Oh, piss. Didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit. Enjoy your game. I will do my best. Oh! I've just dropped something on my knackers. Okay, we're back. We're good. On the front in Blackpool, I can't remember what you're talking about, but I'll find out. I think this place is called Damien's or something. It's real good. Let's have a look. Oh, fuck off, Mason Mount. Oh, that's South Shore. That doesn't count. South Shore's not a real place with real people. The key word LUFC 19-20-20 is donk, if you hadn't learned from everyone that is currently screaming at me. I'll count that as 3, though. Don't eat soda bread, not a fan of it. I nearly dropped donk on my toast. That would have been bad. I would have ended stream immediately, I think. Alright, it's 15 again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my god! Ow! I like fried soda bread with tinned tomatoes and a fried egg or two. Ooh! Try Subway. As in for lunch, or is that just a general, like, statement? Or are you advertising? In which case, sponsor the stream, Subway, eat fresh. Fuck off. Goal review. Still on the replays. Still on the replays. Just go get back to the game, please. Stop it. Stop it. Fuck. That's another 15. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ugh. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh. Ow. I hope this isn't too controversial an opinion. But donk is a prick. I love Italian food, too many carbs in it, love a good pizza. Ooh. Italian food is very carby, but like all food is. Like that's your base. Like, it kind of makes sense. Do better in the second half. Update the donk count. I thought I had. I have now. Changed the system a bit. We're going a little bit more counter-attacking. Going to try and just keep them out. More as a self-preservation thing than anything else. Gabriel Sara! Thought that was going in. Did not go in. Could still be a comeback yet. Kick him. We're not going to kick him. Let's go a bit more positive though. That won't help your hernia, be careful. It's one that I will get diagnosed at some point later. It's one of those where like I will look at symptoms and be like, huh, that might be that. It's like I was with my ADHD before I knew it was ADHD. I was like, that's a suspicious list of there's a lot of coincidences going on there between me and what this is saying is me. And then in the end I was like, ah, okay, cool, that all adds up now. Brilliant. It's one that I'll look to get, like, properly diagnosed and everything, like, later on. Later in the year. I've got a lot of shit to do before that. Including the big ol', what's it called? Charity walk for Prostate Cancer UK. This one, it ain't, yeah. It's in the spot where, like, I've talked to someone preliminary about it and been like, oh, okay, so that is the problem, let's see what the route is to fixing it. So it's not a I'm completely ignoring it thing, it's a I'm keeping an eye on it. Right, let's chuck Ampadu on. Got one more change. Dennis Mann is looking tired, so I'll bring on Savio instead. If I ever go to Italy, I'll ask Andrea to take me to the good places. Yeah, you might as well. Treat yourself. Right, let's get attacking. Let's demand more, because it is a derby. And we were at the top of the table, unbeaten for a long-ass time, and we're not anymore, which is a shame. Fuck. 2-0 loss. Okay, never mind. Yeah, the ADHD diagnosis process took something like 18 months for me. Oh! Yeah, you don't want that there. That's one of the things that you don't want in your bloodstream, I'd say. Right. I think I will go up to the start of the Brentford match, and then I might call it for the stream. Bits and bobs to do, food to eat. Crying to be done, due to the loss to Manchester United. How do you cope with it? Medication. And it even then doesn't do much. It's hard to explain. It's like, if you haven't had your medication, a lot of people will see it as just being lazy or something stupid like that, which it isn't. It's a case of having like this psychological block between you and the thing that you want to do. It's not just a I can't be bothered. It's a What's it called? Fucking... Come on. Executive dysfunction. Where it's just like a line between you and doing the thing that you know you need to do. That you can't crush. So when you have your medication, that is more of a... Your energy goes in that direction, which really helps. Just found your channel. Oh, well, welcome in, Gary Garner. Glad to have you here. That sounds familiar. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you'll talk about the symptoms to someone and they'll go, huh. Because it's a pretty common thing that as a society we are really bad at diagnosing. Oh, we're good at diagnosing, but it takes forever. And then that's after you go through the doctors being like, are you sure you don't just have a vitamin D deficiency and shit like that? And it's like, pretty sure? Fuck it, I'll... No... You're not going on loan. It's fine. I'll play him more. Something I forgot. A lot of the time, meds can stunt appetite as well, so people lose energy. Oh, hello. Welcome to me, who hasn't had breakfast. It's nearly 2 o'clock, and I'm still not hungry, but I know I need lunch. It's a fun place to be. Samu thinks he should be starting more games. I think you're... Yes, you can have some more playing time. I don't want two of you having this argument at the same time. It's like all the things now we had around for years, but we're only talking about in the past few years, which is sad. Yeah, like it's... People say stuff like, oh, we didn't have all these in the past, and it's like, yes, you did. You just didn't know that it was an actual problem that you could solve. In the past, we knew about all of these, well, at least all of these disorders existed. It's just, in terms of what did we actually do about them, nothing. Because it was like, oh, that's just what it's like to be a person, actually. No. No. But now we're in a good place where we're treating problems, and as a result trying to find solutions, which is quite nice. Love your thick person voice. It's not a deliberate thick person voice. It's just... Having done a politics degree and having heard lots and lots and lots and lots of people with, in the nicest way possible, astounding takes. I think it's a rough interpretation of one of the dafter people in those conversations than anything else. Like, there was a point where one guy was like, well, actually, I think there's, like, a natural order of people and stuff, so, like, actually, equality isn't real. And I was like, so what the fuck are you talking about? Stop it! I think he ended up arguing, like, for being pro-slavery or something, and I was like, what? No, don't do. Let's not. Sod it. We're gonna do one more match because I'm liking today's stream. Now going for autism tests. Also, ADHD's had a big impact in my life. I am in a similar-ish spot of have ADHD. 99% sure I also have autism. But having been through the process of getting diagnosed with ADHD, I can't go through that again. That took such a long time. So this is more of a, okay, cool, I will just handle the problem that I have now, sort of thing. I will handle the problem I have now, and I have been handling the autism for a long time anyway without realising I had it, so that's fine by me. Is basically my take on what's going on in my noggin. I'm going to try something different and weird, I think, for this match. Dennis Barn is going to play out wide as a proper winger. Crescencio is going inside. Same for Savio and Gomez. James is tired. Shit. Can Savio play there? He can a little bit. I know Toklamati can play it on the left, so Toklamati will play it on the left, and we'll have Joel Piroux as an advanced forward. And we'll hope that that works. Let's give it a go. Yeah, it's about controlling it, not it controlling you. It's about... I think there's a way that, like, I saw someone describe it as ADHD is just a fire, and your meds are a tube that can point it in the right direction to do welding and similar positive tasks. I've completely, like, forgotten the wording of how they said it, but that's the gist. Thanks, Evie. It's a 2-year waiting list, plus I'm looking at working for myself now. Had enough of jobs I get bored of easily. Yeah. I sort of accidentally fell into the working freelance thing by a company that I worked for basically said, okay, sorry about this, you're not an employee anymore because we can't afford to pay the added difficult bits of that. So that's the door. And the door. So I'll be 1 minute. We got mail, but none of it was for me. I really wanted some mail. Like fun mail, not like bill mail. Recently I had something that I thought was going to be fun mail and it turned out to be... Lads, it's Brentford. Come on. Oh, shit. Okay, nearly done with the replay. We're at 3. Cool. Right. My arms hurt, so they're going to be squatty ones. Excuse me, chair. Come on, Craig. Sarah? Yeah! 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Toklamati. Come on, let's score again. Keep the pressure on, we don't want to drop points. What would you say if government took £1 off all adults in the UK in tax for the NHS only? I'd say that's shit all money. That's... Oh, hello, Bimbus. That's 60 odd million pounds? Which, contextualise it, bad. A week. It's about 3 billion. It's not the worst, but... Like, compared to the scale of the amount of money that the NHS spends, it's... Yeah. And a lot of the issue isn't, like, having the money to hire people, it's having the systems to hire people. Because when you think about it, you've got issues like the current government... Toklamati! Don't you fucking dare, ref. No, 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 no. Yes! Yeah, you've got issues like the current government being so staunchly, like, anti-immigration and being like, well, we need to get it down to this fixed number. Anything above this fixed number is bad immigration. And then you're like, okay, so how are you hiring doctors? And then they didn't think about that bit. Sarah, Peru, man, grey. Grey? Shoot. Ah. Probably not, to be honest with you. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense. What they should do is take 100,000 per month from any billionaires. I heard a suggestion. That's from everyone, even the unemployed. So, the confusing bit there is, consider a homeless guy. He ain't in the position to pay said tax. That man's struggling to eat. Why, like, this is why progressive tax is a thing. It targets those with more dollar. I'm trying to remember if that's an economics thing or a politics thing. Both. Why not? But the thing on the billionaires that I saw was, what if you basically said, you can get to $1 billion. Anything above that, just taken off you. Once you get $1 billion, you're like, congrats, well done. Fair play. Smashed it. 10 out of 10. You have capitalism very well. Here's your trophy. And then everything above the $1 billion is just, like, given to the state. Because no one needs more than £1 billion. That £1 means nothing to the billionaire. Whereas, to the bloke that is sat without any money, just sort of hoping someone will pick him up something for lunch in Sainsbury's, kinda needs it. Let's rejig this a little bit, I've got an idea. Go pressing forward. Cut Somerville inside, but he's very, very tired. So let's give Caligari a run out there. You've capitalismed very well. Top tier capitalism. You've done it good and proper, now give us all the cash. That's where to sort of encourage them, you go full into your, like... You go into your, like, posh landed gentryman voice, like, oh, jolly good. You have continued to earn the money. Well done. Now, give it back to the people. Why can't you play in right midfield but you can play at cam? What's going on? We'll keep Dennis Man on. Okay, sure, but why are you still taking that pound away from the person that has nothing? Instead of the many, many persons that have everything. Like, there are some people in the world that have more wealth than small countries. I think they might be the priority to take the money off of. I see you've kept Melee in FM. Would you want to keep him long term in real life? Yeah, I like him. He's good. That was close. Mikey sent me fish instead of chicken. Now I'm sadder. Oh. Oh, that's not fun. Do like a bit of fish. But it depends on your fish and it depends how you cook it. Like Mackey's fish? Nah. Oh, come on. We're alive. Yeah, that's very rarely the case. That is so very rarely the case. Needed to fix my brain now extra mad. Oh dear. That's never fun. Right, let's have another one, shall we? Gabriel Sara, near post. Road on, hits the post. Of course he did. I needed a goal. Let's eat up some added time. Gruev, you're a right midfielder now. Somehow that works. Archie is tired, so I'll bring on Samu. Pascal off for Alvarez. Rodon off for Branthwaite. Bosch. Yeah, no one is choosing to become incredibly gaunt, very, very not happy sitting in the cold throughout the winter. Oh, imagine. Oh, he's done it! I understand where you're coming from, but £1 is jack shit in most cases. Yeah, it's especially jack shit to the people with billions of pounds. Like, Richard Branson, I'll use him as an example billionaire. No, fuck it. I'll use the billionaire that I really fucking hate the most. J.K. Rowling. If she loses £2 million, she probably doesn't realise. Homeless dude loses 20 quid. That's probably quite a lot of food for a good few days. Right. I'm going to get to the start of the Villa match and then I'm going to call the stream that because I'm a hungry boy. Because I've hit the stage of the medication where it's like, oh yeah, you do have a stomach. But I'm on about just to fund the NHS, such as the pound. Okay, so the billionaire still pays your 20 million and no one else needs to pay, well, a third of the country doesn't need to pay. Or even better, you start by dealing with the people that tax dodge. Yeah. Scouting department has a bit of capacity. It's probably good enough, but we can probably get better at the same time. Sorry, Jordan Davison, I know you've been here for a long time, but I would like to sign this guy instead because he's very, very good at his job. Oh no, Dr. Cox, you can't say Tory cuts because then a lot of people's response will be, yeah, but your economy crashed under Labour. Yes, tell me more about the global financial crisis that was caused by a political party that burned down the banks. Yeah, Bolton. I'll take Bolton. Don't mind Bolton. Sorry, Bolton. Right. We got Villa next, which is a match that I don't think I'm going to be playing right now. The table's playing. Who's our best player out on loan right now? Chilako and Mullen, then Baird. Slidjovic is doing okay, as is Caleb Wiley. Brendan Aronson's been alright, but nothing special. Doesn't matter who's in power. What? That's not... That's just not true, is it? Hold on. What was the... Right, 1 second. So I got a fun little graph. I'm gonna quit game and exit here, actually. But before I do so... Yes. I'm gonna pull this over here. You're specifically talking about the NHS. As you've made very clear, we're talking about the NHS. Just the NHS. Only the NHS. Now, this is waiting lists in the UK. At this point, they changed the way they collected the data, which showed that it fired up. Fair enough. They showed a change in data collection method here, which it fired up, as it does with every single time they change the way they collect the data, including here, including here. At this point, it's dropping off. So 2007, the waiting list is falling a bit. And then we get to about here, which is the change of government. This point, I just want to make sure that this is streaming okay. Are you able to see this? Right, this point. Right here. Yep. Roughly 2010. Can you tell me what happened in 2010? Perhaps a general election, maybe. And can you tell me what's happened since? It's gone from, at the end of Labour's time in power, 2.3 million on the waiting list, to more than 6 million people on NHS waiting lists. That's not telling me that they're the same at all. And there's going to be a general election this year, and the number of people that are going to say both parties are the same is going to be mind-blowing. It's got the number of people saying Labour and the Tories are the same, they won't change anything, is going to be insane. And like, even at this point, waiting list growing. This point, 1997, Blair comes in. Not the biggest fan of Blair, but what happens? It goes down by that measurement. And that's using the NHS as the sole example. There's examples absolutely everywhere of they're not the same. But the more people say all the political parties are the same, there's no point, the more problems we're going to have. Because the more people aren't going to vote, and the more of the same shit we are going to get. Yeah, I agree with John here. In terms of pure politics, I probably don't back Starmer. There's a few things I disagree with him on, but at the end of the day, you gotta vote one way or the other. If you vote Green, then well done, you've thrown your ballot into a bin. Congrats. You've spoiled your vote, because odds are, in your constituency, they're not going to win. Right now, they are no different. Yeah, they are, fundamentally, in many different ways. Anyway, I have to nip off. I'm getting hungry, and Stats Bitch Joe is at risk of coming out. So, Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you haven't, pop a like down below. That's always massively appreciated. Subscribe if you aren't yet. I'm trying to get to 3,000 by the end of the season, which is tough, but I'm aiming for it. You could also become a channel member. All that revenue right now is going to Prostate Cancer UK, which is a really good cause. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you later. And let's just beat Boro, shall we? See you soon.